This is the Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, semi-retired pro wrestler, and today I'm your host. WWE WrestleMania Night 2. It didn't just deliver, it detonated. From John Cena robbing Cody Rhodes to Dominic Mysterio stealing the Intercontinental Championship, this might be one of the wildest WrestleMania finales ever. Today, we're going to be breaking down 5 matches that stood out during Night 2 of WrestleMania 41. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the title match where everyone tried to kill each other. Now wait. Just want to let you know, if it's your first time watching, whether it's live or on demand, this is fully interactive. So be sure to leave your comments in the chat. I love reading your comments. I love interacting with you. This is two-way, not one-way. We talk with each other. I don't talk at you and you listen. Welcome to the show. We're going to start off with Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's World Championship. And look, they just disrespected Io Sky the whole entire time. They mushed her. They treated her like a little girl. They didn't show her any respect at all. But with the disrespect, and then Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, this whole entire story that went into there set the tone. It proves that Io Sky is not just a flyer, that she's durable, she's dangerous, and you know what? Io Sky is a force to be reckoned with. Bianca Belair, you know, let me give Bianca Belair the hand clap. I don't have to clap because I got the clap track to play that. Bianca Belair, her athleticism, it won a crowd back that initially booed her. People are not liking Bianca Belair. Now, I wonder why. If anybody was not to be liked, the person that you're not supposed to like in that match was Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley didn't belong in that match. She weaseled, she snuck her way into that match. The person that should have been booed is Rhea Ripley. So here's the question. Why'd everybody boo Bianca Belair? I think I know why everybody booed Bianca Belair. I tell you why I would have booed Bianca Belair. Because Bianca Belair is running around like she's all innocent, trying to bamboozle, flim-flam, and scam everybody like she didn't have anything to do with Jade Cargill getting attacked. Look, I've said it once, I've said it before. Bianca Belair, her hands are not fully clean. There is some dirt on her hands. And one of the things that I remember going into this whole entire story was that Jade Cargill said that she was attacked and all she saw was Naomi running away. Well, so what? Naomi was the only person in the world? The only person was saying, I'm not believing that. You can't flim-flam me and scam me. It's not working for me. I don't see that. I 100% believe that when you look at night 1, that Naomi, she took a beating for Bianca Belair because that's her homegirl. I'll do anything for you, B. I got you, B. Because what wanted to happen was Bianca had, she doesn't have anymore, had an undefeated streak going into WrestleMania. She was, what is it, 3-0 is what she was, and now she's got a blemish on her WrestleMania career. Don't worry, she's not going to be able to overtake The Undertaker with 21-1. It's not happening anymore. So maybe the story going in was that Bianca Belair wanted to keep Jade Cargill away from her because maybe Jade Cargill was getting too big for her britches. Because at the end of the match, you saw the frustration on Bianca Belair's face. And now the question you have to ask yourself about, now that Bianca Belair lost, the question is, what is next? Rhea Ripley, she brought on full-on brutality in that match. And I think that she had an elite performance. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky, even though Io Sky is not one of my favorites, watching that match last night definitely made me understand why those women were in the spot that they were. They opened up the show last night. And we're going to get to the match that closed out all of WrestleMania weekend, where there was a robbery, where I wasn't happy all the way with it, and we're going to talk about it, so make sure you stick around for that. But here's the hot take for that first match. Io Sky, she wasn't an afterthought. She was the silent assassin. She was the one that everybody slept on while everybody's head was on the pillow. Io Sky was working hard. She solidified. Io Sky solidified her position at the top of the women's division. Shout out to you, Io Sky, for making me a fan. I am invested in Io Sky. No longer will I fast forward the TV. I'm like, oh, Io Sky's on the TV. I want to see what Io Sky is doing. Now, my whole entire thing now is that what's next for Io Sky? I guess they're going to start a tournament or something like that. But don't forget, there's probably going to be a shakeup of the roster coming pretty soon. When does it happen? I don't know. Let's go out to the chat and see who we got hanging out with us. We got Metro Bulls TV. Shout out to Metro Bulls TV. Former wrestler, doing some great things covering the Metro Bulls, the soccer team in New York City. So if you like soccer, be sure to go ahead and check out his channel, doing some great things over there. Spacey says hi. Hi, Spacey. What's going on? And we got Huskers. Huskers says the world awaits. The world's awaiting me. I'm so humbled that everybody comes here to wait for me to go ahead and talk about pro wrestling, man. It's the thing that unifies us. Like I said, it doesn't matter what language you speak, where you come from, who you voted for in an election, or who you like to sleep with in the bed. Pro wrestling is what unifies us, and I'm glad that we're all here together to enjoy that. So from 3 women trying to outdo each other to 2 men who tried to take chunks out of each other in a Sin City Street Fight. Sin City Street Fight. Say that 5 times fast. Sin City Street Fight. Sin City Street Fight. Sin City Street Fight. Okay, I could do that. In that match, there was nonstop violence with major spots and stiff shots. And one of the things that I like is that when I wrestle somebody, I like to feel them. I like, if you're going to hit me, and like some people, like, you can hit somebody in a safe space, in a safe place, and it'll just get your adrenaline pumping. It'll just get you moving, and it'll just get you in the mindset. And that's one of the things that I think tried happening. And we're going to back out real quick. One of the things that I think that happened or tried happening in the Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair match. Like I said, if you missed it, watch the replay after this of night 1's recap. But I feel like Tiffany Stratton wasn't there, and Charlotte Flair was just trying to bring it out of her. And sometimes when you wrestle with somebody that's rough and tough just like you, we're now back to Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a Sin City Street Fight. It just brings out the best out of you. And I think that match, it brought the best out of both men. Online, on Threads, I was on Threads. I'm big on Threads. I don't do X, Deep Blue Sky, and those other things. Somebody asked me, who do you think is going to win? And I said 100%. I think that Drew McIntyre is going to win. He said, oh, but why do you think so? And the reason why I thought so is because Drew McIntyre hasn't had a good win in a long time. When is the last time that you saw Drew McIntyre win a match? Every time Drew McIntyre loses, he's complaining. He's being a baby. So you know what? He was playing the victim, and now he finally won. Now he can run around and say that he beat Damian Priest. Is it over for them? I don't know. I don't think it is over for them. But one time that I thought it was almost over for Drew McIntyre was when he was taking a selfie in the middle of the match. It was risky, but it was entertaining. The Razor's Edge through the table. Look, pro wrestling is predetermined. We know what pro wrestling is, okay? And one of the things that I love so much is that when the wrestlers, the performers in the ring, when they tell the stories with their whole entire face. Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre was on that turnbuckle, and then it happened to be that Damian Priest was in a position that he can just take him. He looked back, saw him, and said, let me just chuck him off for the Razor's Edge. It was awesome. Should have been the finish, could have been the finish, but it was too early in the match, and I think that's one of the parts that make that match so great. I think that even though Damian Priest may have leveled up, this street fight in Sin City felt like it was booked by Quentin Tarantino. But here's my problem, though, with the street fight. If it's a street fight, why is it called a street fight if we don't ever get to see the street? Why is it called a street fight if you showed up in your pro wrestling gear? It should have been some kind of alternate gear like jeans or something like that. It should have been said that, you know what, they just showed up to fight. But no, what they did was they called it a Sin City Street Fight, and because it was a Sin City Street Fight, they had to do all the weapons and everything else like that. No, that was an Extreme Rules match. That was a hardcore match. That could have been a no-sanction match. That could have been a no-rules match. That could have been anything other than a Sin City Street Fight. I think the name was off. It was out of touch. Look, it could have been the Sin City Extreme Rules match. I don't know. Anything other than Sin City Street Fight, because every time I see when I used to do a street fight, I always made sure that I went to the street, at least touch the concrete one time. If it's a street fight and we never get the street, it's literally just, look, you know what it really was? It was the Allegiant Air Dome, Allegiant Stadium fight. That's what it really was, because they never left it. It was the ringside fight. It was the tables and chairs fight. That's what it was. There was the steps fight. It wasn't a street fight by any means whatsoever necessary. The final spot was the chair assisted Claymore straight to the dome piece of Damian Priest. If that was chaos, the next match is going to be madness. 4 men, 1 flying spear across the commentary desk, and Dominic Mysterio, he walked out with the gold. Not a secret. He's the second Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is now the second Mysterio, the second person with the last name to hold the Intercontinental Championship. So much went into that match that I wasn't even really invested in that match. To me, it was something to watch. That match could have easily opened up night 1 or night 2, easily, because that match had its high spots, it had its athletic moments, and we have a new champion crowned. Braun Breaker, the Wrecking Machine. Braun Breaker's a freak. How about we just call him the Freak Braun Breaker? You know what? WWE doesn't have to call him that. Because when you come here to the Tristan Law Show, we are going to be calling him the Freak. So from now on, we're going to be wrestling to Braun. We're going to be referring to Braun Breaker as the Freak. Not Freak. No, behave yourselves. It's only 10:49 in the morning. Behave yourselves. I'm talking about Braun Breaker is the freak in the ring. Freak of nature. Penta brought the Flash to the match. And Carlito coming out of left field for no reason to be out there, he added the chaos. The spear across the desk is the viral moment, and that is the moment that people will be talking about for years and years to come. The man ran across the commentary desk and then speared the guy on the other desk. Normally when you see that, the commentary tables are close together, but one was here and one was here. And that guy happened to jump from one end to the other. Yo, Braun Breaker's a freak. The Freak Braun Breaker. And one of the things that I always say, coming out of this weekend, is that Roman Reigns said that he's not going to be around maybe in the next 1 to 2 years. So that means a lot of people are going to be leaving with him, because you know what? It's just their time. It's going to be a changing in the guard. At WrestleMania, by at least WrestleMania 43, you're going to see a changing of the guard to where the current headline people that are headlining right now are going to be transitioning it out. There is somebody right now that is a mid-card wrestler that will be standing in the ring toe-to-toe with somebody like Roman Reigns, and they'll be passing the torch. Cody, I think Cody's my age, right? Cody's my age. Cody, I don't see Cody being there forever either, right? Cody may want to do other things. I see Cody being the next Rock and John Cena. I'm talking about in Hollywood. The guy looks great. He's professional. He wears the suit. He could do all that. He's a family man. Cody Rhodes can do that. So now it brings up the whole entire story of who's going to be next. Braun Breaker, 100%. I think that everybody that is next was probably in that match last night. You got Penta. Penta's a little bit on the older side. He's about my age as well too. But you know we're not old. We are not old by any means whatsoever. We are matured. We are veterans, right? You had Braun Breaker, definitely the future of the WWE. Finn Balor had that championship one time and never held it again. I think Finn Balor needs a redemption, and I see that coming in the next couple years. Dominic Mysterio, the new Intercontinental Champion, and I got something I want to unpack with you when it comes to Dominic Mysterio. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Dominic Mysterio, definitely the future. After last night, where Dominic Mysterio stole the pin and won in 100% heel fashion, watching Dominic Mysterio walk out to the ring, watching Dominic Mysterio on the pre-show last night, Dominic Mysterio is turning into a babyface. And I'm thinking that I think it's going to take a couple more weeks, right? Maybe the Las Vegas crowd was just acting up and they just wanted to cheer for Dominic Mysterio. I don't know. Tonight, Raw's going to be in Las Vegas, and that's going to be another test. Will the fans cheer? I think they should cheer because it's probably going to be the same exact people that went to WrestleMania. Now, next week, when we go to a new town, what does the audience sound like? What does the audience sound like when Dominic Mysterio comes out? Will they still cheer or will they still boo? I'm going to tell you right now why people are cheering and booing Dominic Mysterio. He's connected with the fans. He's built up equity. Remember when Dominic Mysterio went to jail? The stupidest thing that he ever did, it was funny. It was funny, and it was a character layer. When Dominic Mysterio went to jail, it moved him from being Rey Mysterio's son to Dominic Mysterio. And then he did the whole entire thing to where he grew the Dirty Sanchez, and he's out there, with the long mullet. He doesn't have that short haircut anymore like my friend Lewis. What he had was he started building his own legacy. And I think that because Dominic Mysterio built his own legacy, he's built his equity, we see what he could do. He's not bad in the ring. People started cheering for Dominic Mysterio. Out of everybody in the Judgment Day, when the Judgment Day breaks up, who you really going to cheer for? You'll probably cheer for Carlito, right? Because Carlito, he spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool. So make sure you cheer for him, because if you want to be cool and don't want to get your face spit in, just cheer for him. And then you got Finn Balor. Ain't nobody cheering for Finn Balor. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Look, man, they're going to go off and do their whole entire thing, and they're not champions anymore. The story that's going to be going into the Judgment Day right now is that everybody lost their match. People lost matches. People lost gold, except for one person. One person came back to the locker room with gold, and that is Dominic Mysterio. I can see the whole entire Judgment Day turning on Dominic Mysterio. And who helps him? His dad. His dad would have to help him. I'm not going to sit there and watch you beat my son, and I'm not showing up. Hot take. Braun Breaker looked like $1 million, even though he lost. Braun Breaker didn't have to win that match. Granted, because he didn't get pinned. But that means probably we can get a rematch between Braun Breaker and Dominic Mysterio. I think that, but damn, Braun Breaker's such a babyface right now as well, too. He was a heel, and everybody likes him now as well, too. So now I'm sitting here trying to like fantasy book this as we go along. But the fans, everybody likes Dominic Mysterio. Do you like Dominic Mysterio? Tell me in the comments, because I want to know. Braun Breaker definitely should get a rematch against Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio, if Big Nick could beat the Freak by himself with no help from anybody else, it'll solidify him. Or maybe, damn, I got a hot take for you. Maybe Dominic Mysterio is a transitional champion. Maybe the whole entire story going in is that Braun Breaker is going to give him the rematch, and instead of the Judgment Day helping Dominic Mysterio win the championship or retain, they help him lose.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's another story that we could be looking into right now. But Dominic Mysterio, he's polarizing. The people, Dominic Mysterio is the heel that you love to hate. Dominic Mysterio, there's so much things that you can hate about Dominic Mysterio, but when you watch Dominic Mysterio in the ring, you can't deny Dominic Mysterio. WrestleMania, night 2. Do you understand how much went into WrestleMania? Not only from the WWE, but I'm talking about from us here. What had to happen was that we had to create so much content between us and you, because it's all two-way. We did this together. We did a live stream on Monday previewing night 1. I'm sorry, Tuesday previewing night 1, Friday previewing night 2. We did a recap of WrestleMania night 1 on Sunday morning. Now we're here doing a recap. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a recap of Monday Night Raw and the whole entire WrestleMania weekend. And then on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern is going to be the second episode of the Pro Wrestling Scorecard right here on the Tristan Law Show YouTube channel. So make sure you check out the first episode that talks about Owen Hart. The second episode, we're going to be ranking Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's right. Oh, hell yeah. You guys saw Stone Cold Steve Austin last night riding the two-way? Riding the four-wheeler, and then he crashed into the barricade. All I thought was, oh my God, I hope that this lady don't sue these people. But you know what? I'm sure that WWE took out some kind of insurance. God forbid the lady's hurt. And I think it would be cool as well, too. You know, she got a moment with Stone Cold. Here's how I could see this happening. That Stone Cold Steve Austin crashed into the thing, and maybe the lady wasn't hurt or whatever. They said, you know what? Bring her backstage. She got to meet Stone Cold Steve Austin. She got to shake hands with Stone Cold. She got to meet a couple of the wrestlers. They gave her some merch. They had her sign a waiver saying that she was all good and she won't sue, and have a nice day. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened, so that lady can't come back and like, WWE, I want some of your money. I don't know. So Randy Orton had a mystery opponent. Randy Orton was supposed to wrestle Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens had a neck injury. And don't worry, we are going to get into the match that you all want to talk about, so don't worry. I want to hear your opinions when it's that time. I want you to sound off. I want you to let me know how you feel, so just keep your seatbelt buckled. Don't jump off the ride yet. We're going to go there, but right now we're talking about Randy Orton and his mystery opponent. So it's supposed to be Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens got a neck problem. Rest up, Kevin. You never know. Maybe Kevin is watching this. Yo, hey, hit that subscribe. Hit that subscribe if you're watching, Kevin Owens. I mean, if you want to be Kevin Owens and you're not Kevin Owens, go ahead and hit subscribe still. But either way, neither here nor there. I was on Threads and people were asking, who do you think it's going to be? And I said, what if it's Joe Hendry? Yesterday, going into this, I had a bunch of ideas, but sitting there watching WrestleMania, I said, who could it be? It has to be somebody obscure that you can't really pinpoint coming back or making a debut, and it has to be someone who can take the loss. It couldn't be Goldberg, because it's going to be a 5-second match, and Randy Orton couldn't beat Goldberg on the return. It's definitely not going to be an Undertaker, because Randy Orton was not going to beat the Undertaker on his return. And if you were waiting for Kane, that was not happening either. So I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, Joe Hendry. If you don't believe me, go check my threads at the Real Big Tris. You can follow me there. That's my Instagram as well too. And I put that. I said, what if it's Joe Hendry? And it turned out I said his name and he appeared, because I believe in Joe Hendry. Boom, boom. Let me tell you though, that match though between Randy Orton and Joe Hendry, it did everything that was supposed to be. It was fast and it was fun, really fast and really fun. Joe Hendry, he got his moment, and Randy Orton gave him the rub and the RKO. The rub meaning that, you know, it legitimized Joe Hendry. It raised his star power. Now if you don't know who Joe Hendry is, you're going to go back and you're going to say, oh, I watched WrestleMania. Who's this Joe Hendry guy? You're going to Google him. You're going to, oh, let me see what he does on TNA. Look, Randy Orton mocking Joe Hendry after the match, that was 100% classic legend behavior. If you loved that Joe Hendry was mocked by Randy Orton, go ahead and hit that like button. Smash the like button right now. Just let me know. And let's me know that you also have a pulse and that you're also alive and that we don't have like fake people watching this, because we're all about the real over here on the Tristan Law Show. I'm about to drop my hot take right now. You guys ready for the hot take between Randy Orton and Joe Hendry at WrestleMania 41, Night 2 in Las Vegas? We now live in a world where the TNA World Champion has wrestled at WrestleMania. Damn. If you had told me 5 years ago, let me not even go back that far. If you told me 1 year ago, you told me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if you told me when I'm getting goosebumps now. If you told me when I was standing as a 19-year-old kid in the impact zone, looking up and watching Elix Skipper do the Hurricanrana, doing the Hurricanrana off the top of the cage. Watch that. I was actually there. I was wearing a white t-shirt, and I'm one of the guys that's standing there looking. You can't miss me. I am there. Just look for Elix Skipper doing the, oh, you know what I can do? Here is what I'm going to do. I want you to find that video, and I want you to send me a screenshot. I know what the video is. It's not missing. I want you to find that video. I want you to either tag me on the video in social media. Yes, tag me in the video on social media. No. Do this one better. I want you to email me at tristanlawshowmedia.com. What I want you to do is that I want you to email me a screenshot of that photo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a free Tristan Law t-shirt. If you Google, find me the screenshot on YouTube, Tristan of me watching Elix Skipper, I'm wearing a white t-shirt. If you find me and circle me in the whole entire video, I'm not really too hard to find. Big black guy in a white t-shirt. I'm going to send you a free Tristan Law t-shirt. TristanLawShowMedia.com. Screenshot it, send me that picture, and I got you. WWE is open for business because if you had told me 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15, 20 years ago that the TNA World Champion would be on WrestleMania, I would have laughed in your face. I would have said to you, where do you buy your drugs from? Because none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. WWE is open for business. Now, when you look at AEW's Forbidden Door and how they approach it, WWE doesn't really do the crossovers often, but now that they own AAA, so AAA doesn't even count. But now that WWE is doing the crossover with the deal that they got with TNA, they're not really beating you in the head with it. They're not really doing anything really too crazy with it. But what they're doing is subtly sprinkling it in. And what AEW tried to do was they forced open your mouth and push down in your food hole that WWE doesn't do this, and what we are going to do is that we're going to give you what they're not giving you, which is fair. That's why I think that AEW is great, because it's an alternative to what is happening with it's an alternative to what is happening with damn, I can't even talk. What AEW is giving you is an alternative to what WWE is. And I like that, right? I like that. McDonald's sells different things than everybody else. And one thing I want to say as well, too, before we continue, is that whole t-shirt thing, I don't want to send out 1 million t-shirts, okay? But what I will do to make it fair, right? Because I got a box of t-shirts, and you know what I'll even send you as well, too? Hold on. Y'all gonna love the Tristan Law Show. I'm going to send you a free sticker as well, too. Oh, I just kicked the camera. Let's put the camera back. I'm going to send you a Tristan Law Show sticker. If you find me, you don't have to do it right now. Find me in that TNA video of Elix Skipper doing the Hurricanrana. You're going to email me that photo at TristanLawShowMedia.com. I'm the first 10 people that do it. You have to be in America. Maybe, you have to be in America, maybe Canada. You're going to email me that screenshot. I'm going to send you a sticker. Let me show you how I use the stickers, right? This is my sticker right here on my little MacBook. And then I'm going to send you a free Tristan Law Show shirt with that same exact logo. First 10 people. Don't want to be here, sending out 10,000 things and pictures to all of y'all. But I love y'all. We're building a community here together. Joe Hendry definitely showed that he belonged last night on WrestleMania. Joe Hendry, that's definitely not going to be his last WrestleMania moment. Somebody asked me, what's my thoughts on Joe Hendry? And let me tell you my thought on Joe Hendry. Honestly, what I think that Joe Hendry fits the WWE style. The goofiness, the sports entertainment-y, the fun, the music, singing, all that stuff. It fits much better in the WWE ecosystem and environment than it does in the AEW ecosystem and environment. Why does it fit so well with TNA? Because TNA is like a hybrid. They do a little bit of AEW and then do a little bit of WWE. WWE gives you sports entertainment and then wrestling. I think that pro wrestling fans are a lot more forgiving when it comes to WWE if you don't get a great match. Because you don't have to get a 5-star match in WWE, but as long as it was entertaining, it will still work. But when you look at AEW, oh my God, they want 5-star matches all the time. AEW is for the hardcore wrestling fans. They probably have the Pro Wrestling Observer. They probably read the Pro Wrestling Illustrated. They read everything. They're hardcore fans. Those are the difference. So finally, we are going to get into the real headline here of WrestleMania. And I'm talking about John Cena, Travis Scott, a low blow, and an exposed turnbuckle. That's what we're talking about. Oh, and a new undisputed champion. We're going to be talking about that as well, too. Cena was in full villain mode. I wanted John Cena to win. You know why? Because I want John Cena to ruin wrestling. You know why I wanted John Cena to win? Because Cody Rhodes is a punk. Cody Rhodes is soft like baby doo-doo. Cody Rhodes is soft like a banana that's 12 years old. You ever seen a 12-year-old banana? Me neither, but it's soft. Cody Rhodes is S-A-W-F-T, soft. I want to tell you why I think Cody Rhodes is soft. Hang around for a second. John Cena was full villain mode. He came out with no music. He came out with no flashy entrance. He didn't run to the ring and do all this other stuff because those are things that people have known to come from him, and it brings out emotion. John Cena told you that he's not going to make wrestling fun for you anymore. He had a simple vanilla entrance. The person that had to create John Cena's entrance video last night was so happy because it's probably the easiest thing. They probably said, what are we doing for John? Nothing. We're just going to do in this kind of sans serif font, all black with white font, and that's what it's going to be. Okay, cool. No problem. Probably took him 5. They probably made that 5 seconds before John Cena ran out. That's probably how easy it was. John Cena didn't do anything glorious in that match. He didn't do anything flashy. You thought he was going to give you the, you can't see me, but Cody Rhodes took it from him. I want to talk about Cody Rhodes, why he's soft. Cody Rhodes, first off, before I talk about why Cody Rhodes is soft, I want to let you know that Cody Rhodes did the right thing. When I mean Cody Rhodes did the right thing, he should have taken liberties with Travis Scott. I was waiting for him to drop Travis Scott on his head, but maybe not just black one of his eyes, right? Send him back and black one of his eyes. But what would that do? That might scare other entertainers from wanting to actually get into the pro wrestling ring, I guess. You know, it's not professional because even though it could have been an accident, you know, he wasn't trained or whatever, but, you know, it could have been a whole thing. Cody Rhodes did the right thing. But I wanted him to get that receipt. That's what I wanted. I wanted Travis Scott to get that receipt. That receipt was so long that was waiting for him. Cody Rhodes didn't give it to him. You know what, Cody Rhodes? Hand clap to you. Because I don't know if I would have had the same exact restraint. And that's why Cody Rhodes is where he is. And that is why probably where I am. Because I would have had to just take one shot. Just one good shot. But I like how Cody Rhodes teased it when Travis Scott went for the punch and you see Cody Rhodes grab him and hold him and look him in the eye. I'm like, yeah, it's happening. Nope, hit him with the crossroads. Cody Rhodes is soft because when he had the opportunity to biff John Cena with the belt, he thought about it. And because of that, he got kicked in the balls. The story going into that was I thought that John Cena was going to be the recipient of the kick. But no, it didn't happen. So what happened was that Cody Rhodes is the one that got it. And then that's how John Cena won the championship. So what's next now? What's next? After John Cena pulled out every trick in the book and still needed more to win? Oh, by the way, where was The Rock? Where was The Rock? Speaking of where was somebody, we're still looking for Nia Jax. She's missing. If found, please contact Triple H at WWE HQ. She was last seen March 1st, 2025 in Toronto, Canada, in the area of the Rogers Center. Look, I don't know where she's at. There might have been rumors that she was around at WrestleMania. I don't know. I didn't really see one. So where is Nia Jax? Oh, where has my Nia Jax gone? Oh, where can she be? Where's Nia Jax? Nia Jax, I want to see you, baby girl. I want you to come back, and I want you to squish. I want you to squash Io Sky and take that belt. That's what I want you to do. Where you at? How about Tiffany Stratton? You and Tiffany Stratton still got beef. Maybe she escaped Charlotte Flair, but now she can't escape you. Nia, if you're out there, baby, I'm looking for you. We're all looking for you. Where was The Rock? Too busy to come to WrestleMania? At this point, I am not concerned with The Rock anymore. Because when The Rock's his schedule is so busy, he just can't show up. It's like, yo, so you send out Travis Scott, his representative. Nah, I can't sign up for that. That just doesn't do it for me. If The Rock is supposed to be the mastermind, I need some kind of tie-in to let me know that The Rock was still the one manipulating everything. Because if that's the case, then why did John Cena even turn to align himself with Cody Rhodes? I mean, with The Rock, with the final boss. It don't make sense to me. Look, last night's match was not a passing of the torch. It was the theft. John Cena stole that belt. It was a 2-on-1 fight, and not only did he steal the belt, he stole the spotlight and maybe even the company's direction. He said he's going to ruin wrestling. How is John Cena going to ruin wrestling? We're just going to have to keep on watching. But let me tell you how I want John Cena to ruin wrestling. I want him to take that belt, and I want him to go home. I don't even want him. I want him to appear on Raw tonight, and I want him to defend the championship tonight against anybody. And what I want him to do is say that you're not good enough. Nobody here is good enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave with the belt. Why does anybody even care either way? If John Cena is the undisputed champion, what about Jey Uso? What's Jey Uso, chopped liver? Because there's another championship, and I talked about this already. I'm not going to do it again. I talked about that in the WWE has a championship problem that they need to fix. That's another video that you can watch after this. Look, we're just creating content here for you. But Cody Rhodes don't got no friends. Jey Uso helped Cody Rhodes last year. He's still a babyface. Where's he? Kevin Owens, we know where Kevin Owens was. Seth Rollins, we know where Seth Rollins was, right? Randy Orton, look, Randy Orton just wrestled a match early tonight. So Cody Rhodes has no friends? Everybody sat there and watched Cody Rhodes get the brakes beat off of him? Come on, man. None of that makes sense to me. Maybe, look, you see Cody Rhodes at the pre-show walking away. They try to get a word with him, and Cody Rhodes just walks away. Maybe he's disappointed. Maybe he's not just disappointed in himself, but he's disappointed in his friends. Maybe what Cody needs to do is go home for a little bit. Cody needs to go home for a little bit. Don't come back. Learn some new tricks. Let John Cena keep the belt. And eventually when John Cena comes back, maybe he can work his way up and build his confidence back up and take that championship. Because right now, after WrestleMania, when John Cena held that belt up in the air last year, WWE tonight, in less than 24 hours, is going to be hitting the reset button on the WWE. I guarantee you that in the next month, leading up to the Money in the Bank, right? Because Money in the Bank's like, yeah, next month, yeah, right. Money in the Bank's in June, whenever. WWE's going to be hitting the reset button on WWE all over again. You're going to see new matchups. You're going to see new faces and new people in places where they weren't before. Look at how many championships turned hands last night and Saturday night. And then John Cena's not a champion. He's not going to bring the belt for people that want to play with the belt. It's not a toy to him. John Cena said he's going to ruin wrestling. And if he's going to ruin wrestling for us, I want him to take the belt, go home, don't come back. And you know what? I want John Cena to stay until after January. Because everybody's like, oh, everybody's going to be panicking. If we don't beat John, what's going to happen? If we don't beat John, what's going to happen? John's going to take the belt. He's going to go over. He's going to retire with the belt. He should still retire as the champion and then have Cody Rhodes call him out and antagonize him. Maybe have Cody Rhodes show up to a red carpet to where he is and say, you know what? Why don't you come see me again? Why don't you come give me that belt, John Cena? Look, man, we're just freestyling here. WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2. This is going to be a moment that we are going to be talking about for a long time. I'm interested to see what happens on Monday Night Raw tonight, and we will be back together to talk about that again. Don't forget, I'm giving the free t-shirt and the stickers to the first 10 people that send me an email to TristanLawShowMedia.com. What I'm looking for you to do is find me. You have to do the following. No purchase necessary. You have to live in the United States, including Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and in the territories. You have to live there, the first 10 people. And you have to send me a screenshot of me at TNA, where Elix Skipper did the Hurricanrana off the top of the cage. You can't miss me. I'm wearing a white t-shirt. You have to circle me. I'm only going to be responding to people that are that have won. And tomorrow, if we have not gotten to the 10 people, I'm going to let you know how many spots are available. I am going to keep doing this until we get to 10 people, and I'm going to give you a Tristan Law Show sticker and a free Tristan Law Show t-shirt. If I don't have your size, I'm going to give you the next biggest size. That's what we are going to do here on the Tristan Law Show. But looking at WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2, let's look at Night 2. John Cena leaves with the gold. He stole the gold from Cody Rhodes. Io Sky, she holds it down, and Dominic Mysterio might be the most hated or most loved man in WWE. We don't know yet. We're going to have to keep watching. But what does it mean all for the future of the WWE? A lot's happening here. There's a lot of emotions to unpack, and we're still not done yet. We still got Monday Night Raw tonight, and you know what? Maybe the SmackDown on Friday night might deliver. I don't know. No show Friday. We're taking a break. I would have produced almost 7 days worth of shows. I need to take a break too. I'm going to take a break, and we're going to come back on next Tuesday, and we might do something again. But here's the quick recaps of all the matches that we discussed. Io Sky, she retains the Women's Championship. Drew McIntyre wins the Sin City Street Fight. Dominic Mysterio, new Intercontinental Champion. Is he loved or hated? I don't know. We're just going to have to keep watching. Randy Orton defeats Joe Hendry and drops him post-match with not one, but 2 RKOs. And John Cena is the new WWE Undisputed Champion. He's going to be holding up wrestling. He's got the belt. He said he's going to ruin wrestling for everybody. How? How is John Cena going to ruin wrestling? Wrestling's already been ruined. We already know that wrestling is predetermined. That's why I'm able to sit before you and do a show like this and give you all the secrets. But now here's what I want to know from you. I want to know what's your favorite match of Night 2. Is John Cena the heel that WWE needs right now? Or is it a step backwards in his character? This is all your homework that you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and rewatch this video. You're going to comment on this. You're going to do all of that. Because drop your comments, because in case you don't know, I respond to every single comment. I interact with every single person, because this is not one way, it's two way. Whether you email me, I got an email last week and I responded to that email. Every single message that I get on here on YouTube, no matter what video it is, I respond to it. I set time out to go to respond to that, because you know what? You're important. You're just as important as the guy whose name is in the corner right here and the guy whose name is right here. You're just as important as that person. And we're doing this together. We're building a community. So what I want you to do is like, share, and subscribe, because once I get to 500 subscribers, oh golly, we're going to be doing something special. And let me tell you some of the things before we get out of here. Some of the things I'm going to be doing is we're going to open up a special club where you're going to get special access to me. It's going to be a membership, and you're going to sit down, and there's going to be no lights, no frills. You know what? I might not even wear my glasses. Actually, you know what? No, I'll wear the glasses because I can't see, but I won't even clean them. I will sit here with you and we'll talk. You want to talk about wrestling, whatever it is that you want to talk about, maybe once a month, we'll sit down, talk about something. You have direct access to me. You want to know how the show is planned? I'm going to teach you how the show is planned, because other people out there want to do different things like this. I got a message from somebody that is looking to do a show on their own, like my style, but about college football. You know what? My table is long, and I want all of us to sit at this table and have a good time. We're going to eat, we're going to laugh, and we're going to have fun, and those are some of the things that are happening. Once I get to 500 subscribers, we're going to have so much more fun here on the Tristan Law Show. Man, you don't even know the stuff that I have planned in my head. And I'm glad that you're here. You're going to be the day one-ish people. Don't forget, find me that photo of me at the TNA show, the TNA pay-per-view, where I was wearing a white t-shirt and Elix Skipper was doing the Hurricanrana off the top. Find me. If you can find me. I don't think I was wearing glasses back then. No, I was wearing glasses back then. Find me. You must live in the United States or the territories. Circle my face, circle me, or have an arrow point to me, draw me in a box, whatever, and email it to tristanlawshowmedia.com, and I will send you this free sticker that I'm waving here, that I use, that I keep it on the back of my iPad, and that I keep on the back of my Tristan Law Show MacBook. It's not a MacBook, it's a Tristan Law Show book. So yeah, so that is what is happening. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Tristan Law, and this is the Tristan Law Show. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m., and we're going to be talking about the Raw after WrestleMania, and we're going to be talking about the whole entire weekend as a whole. I'm Tristan Law. This is the Tristan Law Show. Thank you so much for joining me. And wait, hold on. Hold on. Fati Ma Mrul, you're late. You're late. You're late to the show. And because I told you I'm a man of the people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to acknowledge your comments right now. So you said that Rhea Ripley Women's Championship wins WrestleMania 41s and Venom movie now night. Okay, great. Thank you so much for watching Tristan Law Show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Tristan Law Show. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Tell a friend. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm Tristan Law. This is the Tristan Law Show, and I'll see you next time.